Yo, it is Mina. You guys be sure to like, share, and subscribe. That's right, like, comment, and subscribe as well. I am back with another video. And of course, your boy, the sharp one. Um, yeah. She was writing the comments earlier. Sharp, he needs to stop talking about teenage girls, period. He really do. He needs to cut that out talking about teenage girls. You told the whole world 3 years ago that you're an ex pimp. You don't even have no teenage daughter, so you need to stop talking about teenage girls. I just want to start that show off by saying this: Sharp needs to stop talking about girls who are who are 14 to 18. Your daughter isn't in that bracket yet, so you need to stop talking about girls like that. He really do. Sharp knows nothing about women. You know, the way that Sharp acted with Kazumi, the way that he acted with Blueface Jasmine, or what was it, Blue Jasmine, the way he acted with all these many different women that showed up on No Jumper. You showed us that you don't know women, and he's just constantly speaking on little girls. It's just weird to me. It's getting to be real weird. I'm gonna play this content and I'm gonna give my reaction to it. And I probably will do some reactions to some other videos. I just really want to start this video off by saying that Sharp, he needs to stop talking about little girls altogether. Before we go into this, him talking about Northwest. Your daughter isn't 14, so why are you worried about 14-year-olds? Your daughter is what, 10, 11? Your daughter is not a teenager yet, so I don't know. It's not giving me an honest vibe. Him sitting up talking about little girls. Like, you need to stop talking about 14, 15-year-old girls. Is looking, some of us who are parents, some of us who aren't parents, people can see the true nature of it. Like, he needs to stop talking about girls, like little girls, 14, 15-year-old girls. He needs to stop talking about that. He really do. You know, it's not a good look. Like, it's just not. But let's play the clip.
King Sebo says she wants to hurt Ye. Well, no. What she's trying to do is make him look even crazier, like, well, look what your daughter does because she don't have a father around. I believe Kim really did love Ye.
Oh, you mean how your baby mama probably tells you that you're not around your daughter? Is that what it is? Are you trying to be relatable? Sound like you're trying to be relatable, which is great.
That nigga.
Good for you.
That shit bothered her. She liked his weird ass ways. So I believe North will be putting hands on Kim soon. You know, no disrespect. That ain't even on my mind with it. What I see North starting an OnlyFans soon.
I think that the fact that you're speaking like this about a 14-year-old child is very strange. That's what I think. I think that a lot of men think stuff like that about 14-year-old girls, and they wouldn't dare say that because they don't know if that girl. She could turn 18 and go get herself a sugar daddy. She could turn 18 and go get herself a boyfriend. She could turn 18 and be 20 years old with a 1-year-old. Like, you don't know where her life is going. I always say I don't know if I want to have daughters, because one thing I don't want my daughter to bring home is a September-born Virgo male. They are the 1 out of 12 that they don't know shit about women, and they make no accurate predictions about a girl child turning into a woman. They want to be a bitch so damn bad. You know, they are so upset at women, these September-born Virgo men. They are so upset at women because they mad that they don't have a vagina in between their legs. I was saying that about Hellcat. I said, you know, at first, you know, these women who want to wear certain things and dress up like men, you know, you think, oh, she want to be a nigga. Nah. Sharp wants to be Hellcat. He want to be able to put a piece of plastic between his legs when he feels like it. And P sitting down when he feel like it. You know, that's the truth of that. Sharp, if I have a daughter and I have a person like Sharp around, he would literally be banned from my daughter until she turns 18. He would be nowhere around her. These September-born Virgo men, they really want to be a damn bitch. They want to be a bitch, and they want to ruin the life of the actual bitch, the actual girl child that's in the midst. That's how they are, and they need to be banned from girls. They really do. You know, they just do. They are the type of men. These September-born Virgo men, they want to be a damn bitch. I said this once before, and I'll say it again about Sharp. God had his hand on that Swanger family, because he was kicked the fuck out, as he should have been. You know, September-born Virgo men, they have to be forced to be a fucking man. They really do. They gotta be forced to be a man. You know, Sharp, he needs to stop speaking on 14, 15-year-old girls. The best thing about Northwest is that a nigga like you ain't nowhere around. That's the best thing about Northwest, that you are nowhere around that girl. You don't even need to be around your own daughter. And you need to stop talking about 14, 15-year-old girls. He needs to stop talking about young girls. Period. You look weird.
Boy, it's coming. 18 years old, she's good. Listen, her OnlyFans would go crazier than fucking was that Kylie Jenner's fucking makeup line, selling out in seconds. Man, what? Yeah, right. Think about it.
You know what's so disgusting? I think ain't nobody thinking about that but you. That's what I think. I think no one's thinking about Northwest in that type of way more than you, Sharp. That's what I think. I think you September-born Virgo men, y'all had these women ready to take something and take y'all out of this world. Y'all don't know nothing about women. You really don't. And if y'all do anything to hurt a woman or harm a woman, y'all really deserve for that girl to come back and do y'all completely in. That's really what y'all truly deserve. When y'all get any kind of chance to do anything to any woman in the family, any woman, y'all really be deserving of nothing but D-E-A-T-H, death, by way of that very woman. Because y'all niggas ain't shit. For real, y'all ain't nothing. Y'all are full of a bunch of, y'all come in the name of a bunch of nothing. People that come to bring a bunch of nothing, people like that come from the devil. They do, and they need to be cleansed of the earth. The earth needs to be cleansed of them. For real. Sharp B is up here talking about little girls. Nigga, you don't need to be saying nothing about no little girl. You really don't need to shut your fucking mouth when it comes to these 13, 14, 15-year-old girls. You need to shut the fuck up, because if you had your chance, I'm sure you'd be pimping on a 14 or 15-year-old if you could. You probably would, which I don't know your business. I don't really give a fuck. But I'm just sick of these September-born Virgo males talking about little girl. Shut the fuck up. Because you are the predictor of absolutely fucking nothing. So you are the main one who needs to shut the fuck up talking about little girls. You do. Did you say you were a pimp? Why you keep putting your mouth on little girls? Like, why don't you shut the fuck up talking about these 14, 15-year-old girls? You don't need to be saying nothing like that. You ain't no dad to your children. And that's another thing. Why don't you speak on your own damn daughter? Don't you have a daughter? Speak on your own damn daughter. You have, according to damn homie, you got some daughters. You should be speaking on your own damn children. You need to, he really do. He really looks stupid sitting up here talking about these little girls. You need to get your damn mouth off those little girls. Because I'm sure if you had your chance, you'd probably be pimping on some little hoes. Or turn some little girls into some stupid hoes. So you need to get your mouth off these little girls. I am so sick of nobody checking the living shit out of Sharp. He needs to get his mouth off of people's children and stop talking about these little girls. He do. He needs to shut the fuck up talking about little girls. He really do. But that's one thing I have really truly discovered about September-born Virgo men. They don't know nothing about no girl turning into no woman. They show that they don't know nothing about that. They don't. They don't know anything about that. They only want the worst for that girl child that's in the midst. They want her life to turn into a bunch of fucking nothing. You know, Sharp, he needs no access to none of his homeboys' daughters. He needs zero access to them. He is the problem. And he needs zero access to all those girls. All them girls that turn 13, 14. He don't need to be saying nothing about them. Because if they grow up to get husbands, those husbands probably won't be all those men that those girls grow up and marry, they probably will not be a September-born Virgo man. Because those are specific men in the zodiac who know absolutely nothing of women. They know absolutely nothing of girls turning into women. You know, Sharp, he's dealt with a lot of crackheads in his pimping days. He's dealt with a lot of meth heads. He deal with women who ain't shit. You know, that Hope girl, she's kind of on the chubby side of things. Sharp ain't dealing with no Kazumi. Sharp ain't dealing with no, what's the one from Love Hip Hop that he interviewed? Damn, what's her name? Masika. Sharp ain't dealing with no Masikas. And you know, she ain't on drugs and she ain't no porn star. She's just a beautiful woman who's had a great life as an actress and a reality TV star. Sharp has never dealt with any woman who is worth a damn. Boy, I have a September-born Virgo man around my daughter, I'll probably beat him to death. Because he's not going to mess my daughter up. You know, he's not going to mess my daughter up. I'm fully aware of that. These September-born Virgo men, they don't know nothing about women. They really don't. They don't know shit about women. For the most part, they don't. I ain't gonna say all of them, but for the most part, they don't know nothing about women. You know, Sharp, he keeps speaking on little girls. Why do you keep focusing on little girls? You don't even have no 15-year-old. You don't have no 15-year-old to compare to Northwest. You don't have no 14, 15-year-old to compare to none of these girls who are in that age bracket of 14, 18. You don't have no daughter that's 14 to 18. You need to get your mouth off those girls. You really do. Because a nigga like you wouldn't do nothing but take them and fuck up their whole life. And then they need to come back and kill your dumb ass for fucking up their life. I am so sick of this nothing ass nigga keep getting away with putting his mouth on little ass girls. Nigga, stop putting your mouth on little girls. You don't take care of your own damn daughter. Let's talk about your parents.
Lil Tay did it.
Let's talk about your
18 years old, couldn't wait to go bust the bag.
Bitch ass.
For real, that's what I see. And no disrespect. Like, I hate that, and I think that's unfortunate because she comes from parents with money. But you know what happens with these little kids that come from having stars as parents? They want to, quote unquote, start to become what they call independent. Well, I want to make my own money. I want to make my own bag. I want to get my own things going. I don't want to live under my parents' shadow.
Well, if that's what you feel about it, you should talk about a lot of kids. You could be talking about T.I.'s son. You could be talking about what's the Candy Boris? She got a 19-year-old daughter. You could be talking about her. You need to stop focusing on little ass girls who are 14 to 17. You need to stop focusing on it. You don't have no 14-year-old daughter living right there with you that you can show and tell us what you're not gonna let her do. And when you have a 14-year-old daughter living right there with you, and you letting the world know what she's not gonna do and what, then you can put your mouth on 14, 15, 16-year-old girls. Cause Sharp gonna make me think that he's about a whole nother lifestyle that I'm not even gonna say on here. Because Adam 22 is working on it. For real, I don't even want to make it seem like I know anything, because I don't. Because if anybody come my way here in Texas, I got 2 words for you. Military grade. That's all I gotta say. Military grade. Because Sharp is a nothing ass nigga. And if I had a daughter around me, I definitely would not let no nigga like Sharp be anywhere near me at all. If I had 13, 14 girl, Sharp, he would be nowhere around me. Because I'd probably kill him. If he did anything, I would kill him, dismember him, and put his ass in the trash. They would never find his body. Because I know that I know. It's a revelation from God that I'm talking about here today, folks. These September-born Virgo men, they don't know women. They don't. Them men, they don't know no women. They don't know women the way the rest of the men in this zodiac stuff know women. Them September-born Virgo men, they do not know nothing about no damn woman. And they don't need to be speaking on no girl child. Sharp, he needs to stop speaking on people's 14, 15, 16-year-old daughters. He gonna make me think that he's about another type of lifestyle. Why do you keep speaking on people's daughters? Your daughter don't even live with you. So why do you keep speaking on people's daughters that are underage? You need to shut the fuck up. You ain't gonna make no accurate prediction about nobody's daughter. And y'all mark my fucking word. Sharp will never sit on here on YouTube and make no accurate predictions about nobody's daughter. He will never sit up and make no accurate prediction about nobody's 13-year-old daughter, 14-year-old daughter, 15-year-old daughter, 16, 17. He's not gonna make no accurate predictions about nobody's daughter. He never will, and that's the truth.
That little girl do a fucking OnlyFans by the time she hits 18, 19. Nigga, she's gonna hit $100 million the first day. The first day.
I don't understand why you're so adamant about speaking like that about somebody who's 14 years old. That's kind of creepy. It kind of is.
This is facts. That little girl shit gonna hit $100 million the first day. How many weirdos, clowns, and fucking just people that's hiding it's gonna go what?
I'm sure you will be buying it because you're talking about it before anybody, so you must be really waiting on it.
Watch that shit. What you mean? Her mama been putting her on her entire life.
And I'm gonna continue to say that throughout this video because this is the truth. September-born Virgo men, they need to be kept away from girl children. They need to be kept away from the women. Go get your ass a wife or go buy some pussy on the weekend. And Sharp, I know you're used to buying pussy on the weekend because that's what you were doing in LA. You were down there off Figueroa buying pussy because you're a trick. You're a trick and a pimp because you're full of shit. Anybody who's a contradictory of whatever they say they are, that's like somebody being, anybody that wants to be the two opposites of everything, people like that are really full of shit. You know, Sharp, I don't know, I'm not getting a good vibe off of him at all when it comes to the kids. I just don't. He's always putting his mouth on little girls. You're a grown man, damn near 40 years old. Your daughter don't stay in the home with you. So why are you so worried about everybody else's little girl? And always got to put your mouth on little girls. And then what you're saying, which is of an adult content type of nature, what you're speaking about a 14-year-old girl is even more creepy. And I'm going to say what the fuck I got to say on here, y'all, because Sharp needs to be aware of how this looks. He's not aware of how this looks. You know, you say you have a daughter. We've never seen your daughter, the one that you do claim. I know that your daughter, she's nowhere near 14 years old. She's not anywhere near 14. You know, you don't strike me as the type of man who's really a friend to any of your homeboys' daughters, and you don't need to even be around them. You need to be somebody that they're never around. Because if they grow up and get good boyfriends or get good husbands, not more than likely, 90% of those men will not be September-born Virgo men. Sharp ain't never been good to a woman in his damn life. He wants to be a bitch so fucking bad. He is the epitome of bitch-ass niggerdom. And you always want to put your mouth on somebody's daughter. You keep wanting to put your mouth on another man's daughter. It looks weird to me. It looks like some Chris Hansen shit to me. You keep wanting to put your mouth on what you think somebody's daughter gonna do, what you think somebody's daughter ain't gonna do. You don't even know women. You don't know little girls because you don't live with your daughter. Your daughter don't live with you. And you definitely don't know women because you've proven that on No Jumper for 3 fucking years that you don't know nothing about a woman, how to treat a woman, how a woman thinks, the emotion. You don't know nothing about no woman. So you cannot make no accurate predictions about no 14-year-old girl, no 15-year-old girl, 16, 17. You can't make no predictions about no little girl. I see you really shied away from talking about Nova and her daughter. You really shied away from that. You don't have nothing to say about that. I guess you're all right with that though. What's going on with that little girl? Her life is gonna be full of nothing but woe. They say Wednesday's child is full of woe. That little girl, her life is I'll be surprised if she's not in the federal penitentiary by the time she's turned 27. I'll be surprised if she's not in the pen. Because her life is going to be straight up turmoil. You know, you have something to say about somebody who has a good environment in their life, but you don't have nothing to say about actual little girls who are going through hell in their life, such as Nova. Because Tania is dragging that bitch through hell and she ain't even dead. For real. She's dragging that baby through hell and that girl ain't even dead. And that woman, she's over there dragging that little baby through hell. I'll be surprised if Nova don't off Tania when she grows up. Because she has really done that girl a huge disservice. She has really done that child a disservice. You know, I don't even want to talk about it because I started crying the other day thinking about Nova and how horrible that woman has been to Nova and how sad and disgusting it is. Then this nigga want to step and talk about a girl child that got a good upbringing, got good parents, got a good situation. You ain't got nothing to say about Nova though. You don't have nothing to say about a child who actually is gonna be fucked up the way you trying to predict that a child in a good environment is gonna be fucked up. But your child is not with you at all. Your daughter, she's not with you at all, Sharp Rob, whatever the fuck you want to be called, lame ass nigga, crappy ass nigga. Always.
Her daddy been putting her on her entire life. She's got two very powerful people as parents. You think I don't see it? It is sad. It's truly sad. But that's what's going to end up happening.
Yeah, you can't predict anything about any little girl. You're just mad because you were not a little girl that grew into a woman. That's what I think that's all about, coming from you September-born Virgo men. Y'all takes on these people's daughters. You don't have no daughter that lived with you. You need to be worried about your own damn daughter. While you making completely inaccurate predictions about somebody else's daughter, you need to be worried about your own damn daughter, Sharp Rob. I'm talking to you, Sharp. You need to be worried about your own damn daughter. She does not live with you. She ain't over there on the weekends. You need to be worried about your own damn daughter. Because I'm sure she gonna go out there and get turned out. She gonna go out there probably be on the blade herself. That's probably gonna be her life. Your daughter. That's probably gonna be her life. Because she got a nothing ass nigga of a daddy like you. So she probably gonna be out there on the fucking blade. She not gonna know nothing about no sugar daddies. She not gonna know nothing about no boyfriends who got big money. She probably gonna be somewhere with some old dusty ass pimp on crack, on meth, out there on the blade. That's probably gonna be her life. And maybe a couple decent sex tapes, and that's it. This man, he gotta stop putting his mouth on people's daughter. We've never seen your daughter. We ain't never heard you have no conversation with your daughter. And you don't have no 14-year-old daughter. It's a specific age bracket for me that Sharp keeps talking about. You keep wanting to put your mouth on girls that are like age 11 to like 16. You keep wanting to put your mouth on that age bracket. And I don't know why you keep doing that. You keep wanting to put your mouth on that specific age bracket when you got like a 12-year-old daughter that you're not around. She don't live with you. You got a whole daughter that don't live with you, but you want to keep putting your mouth on everybody's underage daughter. You keep wanting to talk about people's underage daughters. What the fuck is wrong with you? You have a daughter of your own who's not 18, who's not even 15. Why don't you worry about her? If you're going to talk about somebody having a bad outcome, everybody been talking about what Tania's doing with Nova. How come you didn't mention her? Because she definitely going to have a fucked up ass outcome. Nova. That minor, that little girl, was she 14, 15? And she lost her virginity at 13? And she have tattoos and she done been ran through by men she don't even know. Oh, she's definitely destined to have a fucked up ass outcome. So you are the very person to never be paying attention to as it regards to any young woman, any young lady, any girl in her coming of age years. You are the very one for no one to be paying attention to. You are the very one for nobody to be paying attention to. When it comes to these teenage girls, y'all need to cut Sharp off when you start talking. Just cut him on off, because he don't have nothing to say. He's not gonna be nobody's daddy. He ain't gonna be nobody's sugar daddy. He ain't gonna be nobody's husband. He ain't gonna be nobody's decent boyfriend. This is the guy, ladies and gentlemen, that you want your daughter to stay away from. These September-born Virgo men. You want your daughters to stay away from this, because she gonna either end up dead or in jail, fucking with this right here, or somewhere on crack or cocaine or methamphetamine.
Hell, let's really look at it. And no disrespect, but Kim,
The very person that's gonna turn your daughter into a bunch of fucking nothing is the very person that wants to sit up and make these so-called predictions of what these 14, 15-year-old girls are gonna be doing. You are the last person to be putting your mouth on anybody's daughter. You need to shut up talking about people's daughters. He ain't said nothing about T.I., son. You don't be talking about him. You don't try to relate to being a boy dad at all. You don't try to relate to that. He wants them to talk about. He don't try to relate to being a girl dad. He wants to sit up and talk about these predictions of what these kids are gonna be doing. These girls are gonna be doing when they grow up. He wants to make these predictions. He seems to solely be focused on that, and I find that to be strange. I do. I find that to be very strange.
K Mama did it to her.
For a man who's not around his own daughter.
Kim K Mama did it to her, man. The apple never falls too far from the tree. You only do what
You seem like you're waiting for these girls to turn into hoes so that you can have a possibility of pimping. Like that's your dream. Like that's you want to see the worst for them. You know, you're not around your own damn daughter and you keep speaking on people's 14, 15, 16-year-old daughters. I'm serious, man. Sharp, you gotta stop talking about teenage girls altogether. You gotta leave that particular subject alone. You don't have no teenage daughter, and you don't live in the home with your own daughter. You have a 12-year-old daughter, and you don't live in the home with her. And we know you haven't lived with your daughter over the past 3.5 going on 4 years. I don't know what you was doing when she was 6, but you ain't lived in the home with her in the past 4 years. You have not lived in the home with her. So you gotta stop speaking on people's daughters. You do. You need to stop speaking on people's daughters because you don't know any damn thing. You really don't. You ain't no dad to no little girl. You just a sperm donor to some bitch. You ain't no dad to no little girl. And you got little girls. And you ain't gonna be no dad. You ain't been one and you ain't gonna start being one. You busy trying to predict the whole fouls of some little girl who's in $1 million home. You need to leave these little girls the fuck alone. You really do. Because it's not a good look for you talking about little girls, talking about 13, and you profess to be a pimp, and now you turn your attention talking about what 14, 15-year-old girls are doing or what they gonna do. It's not a good look at all. It's looking very bad. I just want you to know that. If I was your PR, this would not be the move to be sitting up talking about somebody's 14-year-old daughter as an ex-pimp. That would not be the move.
you know, even if you hate certain aspects about your parents, you always catch yourself having some of their traits. It's all about what you taught, man. That little girl gonna end up fucking around, getting an OnlyFans, going see. Back then, Kim K, I know she's kind of probably pissed off, right? She's probably a little upset because when the Ray J shit came out with her and the sex tape or whatever.
Now see, what if this little girl grows up and she gets a sugar daddy and she does what Kimora Lee Simmons' daughters is doing? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Kimora Lee Simmons' daughters. What if she grows up and do some shit like that? You know, her youngest daughter, she's 20 years old and she's dating a 60-year-old billionaire and she's 20 years old. And that's why I keep telling y'all need to pay attention to nothing that's coming out of these September-born Virgo male mouths about these little girls. You don't need to pay attention to nothing that's coming out of their mouth because you don't know what's on that girl mind. She could keep up with the it's a lot of girls that keep up with them girls. They keep up with Kimora Lee Simmons' daughter Aoki and the other one. They keep up with them girls. And it's just like P. Diddy daughters. I wouldn't want to hear nothing coming out of Sharp mouth about P. Diddy twin daughters. You don't know what them girls gonna do. You don't know nothing. You ain't finna. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If a man ain't married to a woman, because Sharp is finna be a 38-year-old man this year. If a man ain't married to a woman, he don't live with his daughter, he don't live with his girlfriend. The Sharp don't live with no girlfriend. That's a couple hoes he live with. A couple hoes he probably gonna boot out in a couple years. Stop listening to them about your daughters, about your 14, 15, 16-year-old daughters. This man ain't got no wife. He don't live with his daughters. He got daughters that he don't claim. And he don't live with he ain't in no love relationship with no girl that's his girlfriend. If that's the case for you as a man, you need to stop putting your mouth on people's 14, 15, 16-year-old daughters. Because if anything, you are the nothing ass motherfucker that they can run into. You are that motherfucker, and you are not to be listened to that mother or that father. You are not the one to be listened to, not for one fucking second. You ain't the one to be listened to. You ain't got no wife. You ain't got no girlfriend. You got daughters you don't claim. You don't live with the daughter that you do claim. Beep, beep, beep. You are not the one that needs to be. You speaking on people's.
Man, hell no.
Yeah, you speaking on people's 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old daughter. Sharp speaking on underage girls and trying to make predictions.
Man, hell no.
That's exactly what that is. Nobody needs to be listening to you. You ain't nobody to be listened to about these daughters. You ain't nobody. You ain't married to nobody. You don't live with your own daughter. You got daughters that you don't claim. You ain't nobody's cool boyfriend that's being a good partner. You ain't none of that. So you are not the person to be listening to as it pertains to these girls who are going to grow into women. You ain't the one to be listening to. And any mother and any father want to listen to you, they must have some hatred for their daughter. If they want to listen to a nigga like you, who ain't nobody's, you don't live with your daughter you do claim. You got daughters you don't claim. You don't have a wife. You ain't no love relationship with no bitch. So you ain't the man to be speaking on nobody's daughter. That's what it sounds like to me. Because those girls, they're gonna grow into women, and you ain't doing right by no motherfucking woman. And you been grown. That girl, she 14, you 38. Northwest is 14. You grown long before her. And you showing what kind of man that you are. You know the kind of man that I listen to about daughters? Men who are married. Men who live with their daughters. Men who are in a love relationship with their girlfriend. When a man has a woman in his life that is happy, you can listen to what he's talking about concerning your daughter. He has a woman in his life that has grown, that was once a little girl. This man ain't got no woman in his life that was once a little girl. He ain't got no wife. He ain't got no girlfriend. His daughter ain't even around him. He ain't nobody to be listening to about y'all daughters. He's the wrong one to be listening to, this Sharp character. And I'm gonna say that again for y'all who catch wisdom. You don't listen to a man about your daughter. He don't have a wife. If he don't have a wife, if he don't have a loving girlfriend, if his daughter don't live with him. And at the church that I went to as a child, there were 2 men there that were single fathers. They were single fathers, had their daughters in their house with them. They went to go see their mama on the weekend. It was not 1 but 2 men like that in my dad's church that was like that. So you don't listen to a man about daughters, girls growing into women, and he ain't doing nothing for no girl that's growing into a woman or somebody who's already. He ain't doing nothing for the bitch. You don't listen to him because he's not any good to a woman, and more than likely he'll make a woman take a 2x4 and bash his fucking skull and bash him to death. He won't do nothing but put a smart woman, in an orange jumpsuit with an 8-digit number across her chest. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what Shark is to women. That's why ain't no bitches around him, ain't no hoes around him. That's why he dealt with a woman that's 9 years older than him. His son's mother, she's 8 or 9 years older than him. That bitch is in her mid to late 40s, and he's a 38-year-old man. He wants to be a fucking little boy. He wants to be a damn bitch. He ain't nobody to be listening to concerning your daughters. Where's his daughter? Or where's his wife? Or where's his loving girlfriend that he has a good relationship with? You know, that's wisdom that people need to really think about that. You don't listen to a man about your daughter and he ain't got no women around him. He don't even have his own daughter around him. You don't listen to that type of man about your daughter. He don't have no wife. He don't have no loving girlfriend. He got a daughter and she don't live with him. You don't listen to a man like that about your daughter. That is a piece of wisdom that y'all better fucking soak the hell up. Soak it up like some kidney beans.
Ever, you know, hey, I still love Kim K the same. I get it. It's just living life. I get it, baby. But, you know, when that came out, there was none of the tools that can, you know, monetize it the way that there is today.
People always speaking on somebody's daughter.
And I'm sure,
his daughter on
what's this little girl, 12, 13 years old? Shit, by the time she turns 18, 19, it's going to be fucking super advanced. To where, boy, the click of a button is fucking, it don't even hold no weight.
Is there some of y'all out there that understand what I'm talking about, though? I know some of y'all are mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles. Would you listen to a man about a girl child that this is a grown-ass man, he don't have no wife, his daughter don't live with him, and he don't have no loving girlfriend that he in a relationship with? This is you supposed to be a pimp. You said you was a pimp for 3 years. Now, you say he was a pimp he said that on the air for 3 years. He said he was a pimp for 18 years. You let the world know that for 3 years, that you were a pimp for a long time. You ain't got no wife. Your daughters don't live with you. You got daughters that you don't even claim, as a matter of fact. I'm going to really use that as wisdom in my own life. I would never listen to a man about what he think my daughter going to do, and he don't have no daughter that live with him. If he got a daughter, well, your daughter don't live with you. Are you married? You ain't even married to no woman. Do you have a loving girl? You don't even have no girlfriend. I shouldn't be listening to you about my daughter. Because it sounds like you are a no good man for every woman. You don't need to be listened to as it pertains to growing girls. You don't need to be listened to at all. You are the very one who needs to be not listened to. You are, as it pertains to these girls that are 13, 14, 15. You ain't got no wife around. Your own daughter don't live with you. You ain't in no loving relationship with some girlfriend. Those 3 key factors, you got to have one of those 3. If you a man and you come talking to me about my daughter, do your daughter live with you? Are you a married man? For real, are you a married man? Do you have are you with your girlfriend? You live with your girlfriend? Because he would have to be one of those 3 to start talking to me about a growing girl. Because it sounds like he a nothing ass nigga if he ain't got neither one of those women around him. If he ain't got one of those 3 women, not his fucking mama, I'm talking about a woman that he's with or a woman that he's made with his penis. If he don't have one of them 2 bitches around him, then he don't need to be speaking on nobody's 13, 14, 15-year-old daughter and what he thinks they're going to do. He don't need to be speaking on that. He don't have the right to speak on it. When you get custody of your daughter and she live with you, then you can talk about what you feel like everybody else's daughter gonna do. When you get married to a woman and she's a good woman and you treat her like she's a good woman and you be a good man, then you can talk about what you think that girl gonna do with your girl. If you get a good girlfriend and stay with her for at least 6-7 years, then you can talk about what you think these girls are gonna turn out to be. When you start being a good man, you can give predictions as to whether you think a girl gonna turn out to be a good or a bad woman. When you actually start being a good man. I'm serious. You shut a man down talking about your daughter when he don't have no woman around him. He don't have access. He don't have custody of his own daughter. She don't live with him. His daughter don't live with him. He don't have no wife. He don't have no girlfriend. He don't have none of those people. You got a couple hoes that live there where you live at. In that townhome apartment place you live at. You got a couple of hoes stay up in there. You don't need to be speaking on nobody's daughter. Because you the very thing that daughter grows up needs to stay the fuck away from. You the very reason why that bitch end up in the penitentiary with an 8-digit number across her chest. Because you are not a good man. You ain't nothing good at all. You're not good. It's you. You wish the worst because you are the worst. Because you ain't shit. Because you ain't good. I'm so sick of this man speaking on people's teenage daughters. You don't even live with your own
She's just
damn
gonna
daughter.
get it just off of just
You got
word
2
of
daughters
mouth.
you don't claim. Man, stupid as shit. You keep speaking on people's daughters, and you got daughters that you don't even claim. You keep speaking on people's daughters. You shut the fuck up speaking on folks' daughters. Shut your mouth speaking on somebody's daughter. You keep wanting to speak on somebody's daughter.
Yeah, I've seen this shit with Kim Kardashian, and you know nothing but. You can't make money off of it. Guess what? They shame that shit. They shun that. Didn't want to hinder that or what?
You know what? I can just go to the live since you got music with your bitch ass. Trying to copy Mina. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm probably won't be doing too many more videos on Sharp this year because the stuff I'm saying right now is stuff that needs to be said. But there's something that's going on behind the scenes that Sharp is not aware of in regards to Adam 22. Adam 22, he's taking things too damn far. He is. I feel like this all should remain internet beef. I don't think that nobody should be talking about, I'm sitting here down in Sharp, but I may have to go to Nevada and bail his ass out. Because Adam 22, he doing something he ain't got no business doing. I don't know what. That motherfucker, he doing something he ain't got no business doing. For real.
I wouldn't even want to see that. Like I come from that, and like I said, there was very few of us on me.
Sharp bitch ass.
Talk about sitting on your lap. You got some random bitch sitting on your lap, bro. You don't know where she come from. Fuck that. I'm cool. Don't sit on me, baby. Don't even sit around me. I'm gonna give off the vibe like you ain't supposed to be here. You gonna just start feeling away. Like, yeah, I don't even think I'm supposed to be here. My shit ain't right. Yeah, bitch.
What woman wanna sit on your lap and smell your stank dump truck ass breath? What woman wanna sit on your lap and smell that damn garbage pit that road leads to hell? Who wants to smell that? Don't nobody wanna smell that dump truck that you call a mouth.
You're absolutely right. It's time for you to skedaddle.
Oh, that breath is gonna definitely make her run. That's for damn sure.
Diplomat, I missed you too. Thumbs up to you.
Drinking and smoking, drinking, smoking, drinking, smoking, drinking, smoking. Bitch ass.
Well, it's stemming from something we spoke on earlier about, just underage girls on the blade or, being outside hoeing. I mean, because that's what they're doing. Like, people want to say they're being trafficked. They're not being trafficked. A lot of these little girls, they want to be out.
Whoa. You're saying that underage teenagers who are on the blade are not being trafficked? You should stop even touching on that. Like, that it's not a subject for you.
Their game. Why you say
Trump
they
done
want to
lost
be out
his
there is
damn
because a
mind.
lot of these little kids, boys and girls, want to be grown before they're grown. But the cherry on top of it always stems from the parents let them do it.
Sharp sounds like one of those horrible ass parents. I mean, maybe Sharp agrees with Tania. Maybe he agrees with a woman like that. But I said this once and I'm gonna say it again. A bitch like Tania would roll over on Sharp, number one, and number two, any man who loves his daughter would end Tania. Any man that loves his daughter, for real.
It's real game. Like, if you want to know, it all has a domino effect. These kids want to be grown, and their parents allow them to be. Yeah, some of these kids come from broken homes, but some of these kids just come from homes and ain't nobody checking them. You got food, you got clothes, and I get it. Those are, to me, that's everything, man. I got food, clothes, a phone I can use, man. I would have been blessed back in the day, game. I would have made something shake. Shit, nigga. These kids got every motherfucking thing these days. Fuck you mean, nigga? I had to go get this shit the hard way.
No, you
Type
were
of
just
shit is
kicked
that?
the fuck on like you should have been. No, you were just kicked the fuck on like you should have been. And God saw this was good. That's why you're doing good in your life now. That's why you're not going to be dead before the age of 60. Because God had his hands on that Swanger family in regards to your motherfucking ass, Sharp. Maybe that's why you wish the worst on these kids. Because you mad about the fact that you weren't able to be a kid until you turned 30. Maybe that's why you so upset with these kids.
These little girls don't claim to be trafficked. They don't claim to be trafficked, homie. They get talked into to say that they've been trafficked. Because see, when the police need somebody to put in jail, man, you have to think about it. It's all about resumes for police and people who are trying to move up. It's like Girl Scout medals. They gotta get their Jamboree badge. They gotta get their, hey, I done locked the nigga up for 8, 9, 10, 20 year badge. Like, they gotta have them type of things. So it's like, man, they sit down, the DA for sure. When I say police, I really think of the DA, man, district attorney, man, a defense team. They come against you. They sit there, they need these brownie points, homie. That's what.
I can tell you one thing. Anybody that wants to put the DA, CPS, filing reports of missing children or whatever, or not missing, but like, runaways and all that kind of stuff. Anybody that wants to put the law and put outside sources in their children's life is somebody who does not want to be a fucking parent. I can tell you that. And I'm pretty sure anybody can, get in the live comment right now and agree to that. Anybody that's putting all these people up in them and what's going on with their children business, I can see you putting your mama in it or putting your dad in it, or putting your aunt in it or putting your uncle in it. But you want to, my child ran away. Let me call them folks and tell them that let me report a runaway. Let me take her to the school so she can talk to this person and take them down there to downtown so they can talk to that person. Like, that is just blatantly a person that does not want to be a parent. They don't want to be a parent in no type of way. And Sharp seems like he agrees with that. You know, Sharp was all cool till you talking about this stuff you talking about. You don't need to be talking about no Blade girls. You don't need to be talking about none of that. You don't. I thought you said you were ex-pimp. You doing YouTube now. You work at Amazon sometime, and you pimp out the two ladies that live with you who are clearly over the age of 21, because those are kind of some lightly healthy bitches. They ain't no Kazoo. They ain't no Blue Jasmine. They ain't none of that. They not fine. They some borderline fat hoes. And you know, in Vegas, as long as a girl is white, she can be a little chubby and still make at least $1,500 a weekend. I know. I done had a friend who went out there to Vegas when I lived in Van Nuys, and she wasn't all that, and she made money out there just because she got a white pussy. Vegas is a white pussy town. It is truly a white pussy town. Cause I made money. I ain't gonna lie. I made money in LA, and I already said I wasn't gonna go out there. Never did go out there. And who knew that it was good for me not to do that, because it would have been a time waster going out there. Vegas is a white pussy town. A bitch can be 30 pounds overweight and still come out with a good $2,000 every month, $2-3 grand a month for selling pussy just because she white. For real. And them white girls, they do better than even those mulatto girls out there in Las Vegas. I know a couple of mulattoes in Houston. They end up going out there and they came right back to Houston, like within 6 months. They was drag out there. Vegas is a white pussy town. That's why I don't fuck with Vegas.
Keeps them moving up in rank. So yeah,
shout out to Atlanta. Some of the best black women are in Houston, are in Dallas, are in Atlanta, are in LA. Some of the finest black bitches. Chocolate, mulatto, brown skin, some of the baddest black bitches. Pennsylvania, New York. Fuck Vegas. That white pussy ass town.
hey, look, little mama,
fuck that place.
She can say, nah, he really didn't do that, but just
where black beauty ain't worshipped, fuck you. For real. All shades. Atlanta got some of all shades of beautiful black women. Dallas, Houston got some of all shades of beautiful ass black women. Wouldn't dare take their ass no motherfucking white pussy town ass Vegas.
we need you to say this, like, cause this is what it sounds.
I ain't gonna lie, I know some ugly white hoes that made money in Vegas. Some fat back page bitches sitting up making $3,000, ain't never worked cause they out here selling pussy in Vegas. Bitches got a fucking little belly and all, making a rent in Vegas, paying a car note in Vegas, selling pussy, simply cause they a white bitch. Oh, I know Vegas way more than what I have said on here. I done been to Vegas. I done traveled there a few times, but I've never lived there. I lived in Van Nuys. I ain't never lived in Vegas, but I done been out there a few times. I know what I'm talking about. It's fat hoes out there that are white, that are making money simply because they have a white pussy. That's how sad Vegas is. I done seen a couple black bitches travel there, couldn't even make $2-3 grand. Vegas is a white pussy town, and fuck Vegas.
It's like when you're explaining it to us, it sounds like this is what he did to you. So if you get up there and you say this is what it's gonna sound like to us. No, that's just what y'all paint it as. They'll push it. Hell, they go as far as paying bitches to come to court. Yeah, pay a bitch rent. Like, yeah, we'll pay your rent. Just come to court. Shit's a business.
Well, maybe you should get into that so that you can be on the right side of the law. I don't know if Sharp knows anything about Dog, the dude in Colorado that is the dog bounty hunter. Hey, he's on the right side of the law. You know, if that's a business, Sharp, why don't you get into that business then so you can be on the right side of the law? It started with podcasting, and now Sharp also works with, with the courts. That would be a great thing. You could be the black Chris Hansen. Try not to end up on Chris Hansen. Bitch ass nigga.
Always blessed. Good morning to you too.
I don't want to say that too much because Adam22, like I said, he's over there doing some shit concerning Sharp that he shouldn't even be doing. That's just kind of crazy. Just going way too far. Like Sharp ain't been up there no jumper, bro. I laugh and joke and say a lot of shit, but I just be trying to get Sharp to think. I don't want Sharp to go to jail. I just be trying to get this dumb ass nigga to think. But Adam 22, I just want to say this here about him. I don't know why he feels like he got such a bone to pick with Sharp, because he don't. You knew this nigga for 2 years, got money with this nigga, and now you over there losing your damn mind. What dude said about damn homie when she was on Rockstar Live? He said, Rockstar, hey Rockstar, she losing her damn. Hey y'all, Adam over there losing his damn mind. He losing his mind about Sharp. He over there losing his damn mind. He over there talking about calling the police and shit. He losing his damn mind.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
Real. Leave that nigga alone, for real.
the shit kind of gets diabolical, especially when you sit in court, man. You see, they'll pay a motherfucker pop right.
Why don't you get into that business then, so you can be on the right side of the law before 2026 sound be a Sharp one take down? You better get on the right side of the law, Jack. That's all a bit gotta say today. Good night. Y'all have a good one.